All right, y'all know what it is, man. This right here is about my man from Jersey, my man Wise from Jersey. I'm gonna give y'all one about a third brother from Jersey, my blood brother from Jersey. But first we're gonna start the show and get this thing right, man. All right, so it is what it is, man. We're gonna start this drawing off, right? This was about my man Wise from Jersey. Now let me explain something to y'all, man. You know what I mean? This for my youngins and this for my old heads. My old heads already know this because they experienced it, but they might forget. So therefore, I'm gonna refresh their memory. And this is also for my youngins that haven't experienced it, and some might have and didn't even know what they was experiencing. Now, the thing is that we all take a loss, man. We all take a loss. Y'all want me to come here and do these programs, so we win some, we lose some. I told y'all one about yesterday where I got hit in the head with a lock, separated my nose from my lip, had to get stitches. Boop. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? We all take a loss here and there, man. So don't get in your body if something happened, because it is what it is. I ain't getting my body, like I said. Big shout out to the dude that hit me in the head with the lock. Big shout out to the dude that hit me in the head with the lock. You know what I mean? And I claim my responsibility because I was wrong, so I got what I deserve. You know what I mean? So if I tell a story and, and I'm at the back end, that don't make me feel no less of a man, because bottom line, at the end of the day, I fought. You understand what I'm saying? So now, that being said, I'm going to drop a couple of jewels in between these because I like to ramble. So whoever don't like to ramble, go ahead, do another channel. Let me do my show the way I want to do my show. Now, everybody want to hear about their car. Detroit been hit me up about their car. Philly been hit me up about their car. Memphis been hit me up about their car. Miami been hit me about their car. I got some Kenneth Williams stories I'm going to tell you. I got some Junior Mafia stories from Philly I'm going to tell. I got some joint about Levi. I might even do one about the big homie Rudy Williams. You know what I mean? From out in Baltimore. We got all types of stories, man. But like I said, you know what I mean? We win some, we lose some. That's what it's about. You understand what I'm saying? We win some, we lose some. That's what life is. You know what I mean? Because bottom line, we get knocked down 7 times. That don't matter as long as we get up that 8th time. As long as we get up that 8th time. Because we're going to get knocked down, man. That's what life is about. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got hit in the head with a lock. Boop. I done told you that story. I tell you whatever because it ain't no big secret. It don't make me no less of a man because I got hit in the head, and it don't make, the car no less of a man because they was on the bad end of a stick, because I was on the bad end of a lock. You know what I mean? End of the damn sock. For me screwing up. But anyway, so let me ride into this. This about my man Wise, man. Good brother. Good brother. You know what I mean? Now, Wise, I met Wise in Lum Park in 2002, about 2001. They sent my man Wise, he from Jersey, he was a blood. Now, 2001, mind you, I got locked up in 93. So what am I locked up now? 8 years. So I'm locked up 8 years. When I was on the street, I didn't know nothing about the Bloods or the Crips or, the gang thing in New York or Jersey or nowhere on the East Coast. Because when I was out there, it was crews. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So now I meet a good brother over there when I get out to, Lum Park. And, his name was Wise. He from Jersey. And they told me that he started a blood set in Jersey. And, official dude, he had dreads. Y'all know who I'm talking about, official dude. Y'all get in touch with Wise. Tell Wise to hit me up. But Wise was on some straight man time. Good dude, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm also from Jersey, grew up over there in Teaneck, New Jersey, went across the bridge. So they stopped the games. It don't matter, where you from, it's where you at. Because like I said, right now, where we at is Lum Park, California, and me and Wise out there. And we got Big C out there. We got Saquon out there. We got Prophet out there. You know what I mean? We got Big Biz from Baltimore. From Philly out there. I told you about Biz, the one, that came up on the sea. You understand what I'm saying? We got all men out there, man. Let's just get that right. So now, we out there in Lum Park, and my man Wise out there, and like I said, he a blood from the East Coast. So they wasn't used to the bloods from the East Coast out there. They just heard about them. But when my man came out there, he was so fly. You understand what I'm saying? He was so fly when he came out there. Y'all know the Wise I'm talking about from Jersey, so you understand. Wise was a good dude. They said he started the Crips, the Bloods out here in Newark. Right? So Wise out there, and Wise moving so smooth. He was like real quiet, kept his knife with him, and, stayed to himself, and he was on blood time. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, you're going to have dudes that would be from the East Coast who be on blood time, or, Crip time. or they'll be on, East Coast time, you know what I mean? And East Coast normally mean like, the Muslims, because, you got Jersey, Philly, New York, DC, Baltimore, all of us make up, the Muslim call, you know what I mean? And we all stick together. You understand what I'm saying? We all stick together, we roll together, so it ain't no one better than the next, one bigger than the next. We all bow our head together, and we all go to Juma on Fridays together, and we do what we got to do. But my man Blood, he was my man Wise, he was on his blood time, and he out there, and the way he moving, being that he wasn't really running with us, I guess he caught the eye of a dude that was from I don't want to say San Francisco. That's where he was from. He wasn't from the Bay Area. He was from San Francisco. He caught a dude's eye. He was a dark-skinned dude. And, he in the cell with the dude. And, he liked the way Wise moving and all that. So he watching Wise and paying attention to him and like his swag and all that. And, while they in there, it's like, me and Wise, all of us, we go to movie theater, we smoke our little weed in the movie theater. Of course, I got my white lightning because I like my little white lightning. So, Wise come there with us, and, it's the New York car, the Muslim car, and, you know what I mean? And the DC car was in the hole at the time because the DC had already set it off with the Serenos. You know what I mean? Big shout out, to the DC car, my man Mookie, you know what I mean? And Shaquem Bio, you know what I mean? They had set it off before I got there, so there was no DC dudes allowed on the compound, because when DC dudes pop off, it gets crazy, and the administration hurry up and get all them off because they coming to body something where, out west, no disrespect to out west, and like I said, out west don't take it personal. They already know what time it is, you know what I mean? They know to knuckle up and do what they got to do, but the DC brothers, they trying to kill something. You know what I mean? So they know what time it is. I said, all I speak is facts, man. So whoever don't like it, that means you wasn't there or you don't like the real. You know what I mean? But like I said, so they moved all the DC dudes off the pound. So it was just us on the pound, New York, Jersey, Philly. They didn't really even have no Baltimore dudes up there for real. But that one dude there was still from Baltimore, but he slipped through the crack because Baltimore and DC kind of form the same thing as far as with the administration. But while we up in there now, my man Wise in the cell with this dude. Wise going to the store every week, you know what I mean? He buying his big bag of commissary, family looking out for him. The brothers looking out for him. Like, we getting money, we make sure we look out for him. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you how this go around because, I was in a couple of different spots with Wise, so I'm just giving it up like it is. So, right now I'm in Lum Park, so, I'm doing my thing. So, I'm on top because I'm out there out west. When I was in ADX, I was over there with Lord Champ, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. He's the one that started the Black Hand, you know what I mean? One of the founders of the Black Hand for California, the MA California. So now I'm out there with Champ. So when I get to Lum Park, Champ sends a note over there and he let them know that I'm coming. Black Bob there, rest in peace, Black Bob also, because Black Bob was also with us up there in ADX. So, the old heads from ADX was with me back in the 90s, like 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99 and all that. But then now here it is 2001, so they happy that I'm on their coast, so they send word out to their peoples. I get there, they come, they hit me off with, some loons and some black tar, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm making sure that the whole East Coast car is eating. Because if anything go down, they're going to be the ones that hold me down. So that's why I want y'all to understand. That's why I get so much love. I make sure I spread the love because that's the way I was raised. You know what I mean? If I eat, he eat. Because if I go to war, he going to war. And I don't have to tell him, hey, I'm going to war. I need you to go with me. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? Suckers do that. I ain't never ran to a man and say, hey, I got a beef. Let's go. Like when I got, boom, hit in the head with the lock. Like I said, my man Whitey Foster, you know what I mean? The DC Carter, you know what I mean? Little Nut, all of them came out there. Larry Moe, they was ready to move out for me. You understand what I'm saying? Antone White, the whole crew, they was ready to do what they had to do. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to say, yo, dude, hit me in the head and, I need y'all to do this. Because I'm in the hole. I'm not going to send no kite out because you send a kite out to go through the wrong person. Administration get in before you know it, they lock you up. So pay attention. All right. So now I'm in Lum Park, my man Wise. So now I'm on top. I got the black tar because I got the Black Hand looking out for me. Then I got my man. Let's give a big shout out to my man, Casper, a.k.a. Cass. You know what I mean? My man Kaz over there, he looking out, S. Capone looking out, Big Duke out there looking out. I mean, we had all men out there. These are all the Crips and all that was out there that was holding me down. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Funkified. That's F Unit where we was at. You know what I mean? But, these are, Pay Dog. There was a whole bunch of them up over there, man. But, I used to go over there and smoke with them because, Big Casper used to get that good chronic, the best chronic. I'm talking about one pull, and you high for 8 hours. And you know that's like in jail to be able to whoop, out over the wall for 8 hours. You know what I mean? And feel good, write a letter, you know what I mean? Get on the phone, talk to your people, and they even had music up there in the band room, and they had the what's that Nintendo stuff? I ain't played them video games, but they had the video games where they had the football tournament and all that. Anything to try and keep us calm. But big shout out to Casper, man. He got a documentary getting ready to come out with his brother C-Dog. And Big U, you know, is in charge of that. And that's my peoples out west. I'm getting ready to go out west and do something with them, be a part of that. You know what I mean? Just so you know, that's how I get love. From New York all the way to out west, from Jersey all the way to out west, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? But from East Coast to out west, because like I said, when we out there, the East Coast cars together, we all move together, right? So now, we up in the joint. My man told me about that too, because that mic's so sensitive, so I don't want you to think I'm kissing my teeth. I'm just swallowing my spit. You know what I mean? So forgive me. Now, I'm sitting there, and we out there in California, and we doing our thing, and Big Wise is in a cell with a dude that's like, you know, from San Francisco, you know, that was on him. He watching everything he do. He just loved the way he move. You know what I mean? And being that he was a blood, and at the time, I think he was the only blood that was there from the East Coast. You know what I mean? But I know he was the one that was prevalent to me. That's my brother from Jersey. Give him a shout out. Give him a shout out to Big Wise for holding it down. But check out how this story play out. Check out how this play out.
Mecca what? Mecca audio.
All right, so check this out. So now we up in the joint. The dude watching Wise, and he figured he done learned enough. So now he in there, and he gets a razor blade, because you know Wise kept his ox with him and all that, because Wise is a fisher from Jersey. So Wise kept his ox with him. So, you know, the dude takes... You know, he went and go get a razor because he see Wise with a razor, and he trying to watch him. You know, like how your child watch you to see how you do. You might stand up, you might sit down and do like this, and you look over, you see your son doing like that. That's how this kid used to be on Wise. Whatever Wise did, he did. So Wise used to keep his ox with him, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Spit it out. So the kid now, at 4 o'clock count, he goes sharpening, you know, the razor. You don't need to sharpen the razor. Razor already dead sharp. You know what I mean? So now he's sharpening the razor at 4 o'clock, and then the police, they may count at 4 o'clock. So when the police make their rounds and, you know, do their little thing, walking around, they count, you know, 1, 2, 5, 8, and, you know, they count everybody over there. They go after they count, they come back, and they lock the big homie Wise up. Yeah, they locked the big homie Wise up. Now, I know you sitting there like, for what? Because that's what we was all wondering. You know, when he went, even though, you know, he on blood time, that's family. So we all went to find out, yo, why you locked the big homie up from over there? You know, that. So they, you know, telling us now somebody dropped a kite on him, boom, 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 boom. So now when they lock him up, being that he was the only blood in the block, and wasn't nobody over there from New York as well. So when it was time to pack his property up, his cellie from San Francisco is the one that packed his property. So when he packed his property, he held out Wise money orders, because back then we was getting the little yellow slips. Y'all that was in the feds know, before all this computing, call links and true links and all that came, we had the little yellow money slip. I should have brought it because I still got some. I brought home all mine. That way I remember who looked out for me when I was there. But they gave it to these little yellow money slips that showed you that somebody sent you $50, $100, or whatever they sent you. So the dude took Wise's yellow money slips. Pay attention to this, you know. He takes Wise yellow. Matter of fact, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. And don't forget, put the emoji up. Let's get this thing viral. Hit the emoji and hit the like button. And like I said, it don't cost nothing for a Cash App. Show some love, $5. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. So now, you know, Wise sitting there, and he in the hole. Dude pack his stuff, he take his money slip. Then next thing you know, he also took his pictures. But we don't know this because Wise is in the hole. And you know, Wise old laid back, quiet official, you know, gangster. So he ain't gonna send no kite out, because like I said, you don't know who's gonna intercept the kite to make the situation you in worse than what it is. So now, Wise winds up getting transferred. So when Wise get transferred, you know, I winds up going back there for some weed or whatever. So now I'm in the shoe. And I meet the dude from San Francisco, but I didn't know who he was. You understand? I didn't know who this dude was, but I meets the dude back there in the shoe. And when I met the dude, you know what I mean? And I told him, yeah, I'm from Jersey / New York, East Coast. That's how we do. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh yeah, so you know my brother Wise. You know what I mean? I said, of course I know Wise. Wise official. Boom, boom, boom. He was over there in such and such block, blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, that's my brother. Me and him was the Sullies over there. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, you know Wise? But I didn't know Wise, because I just met Wise on the compound in Lompong. So he's telling me he's his brother. So now we're in the hole, and he, you know, he's sending me down the little yellow slips to, you know what I mean, show me that, you know, his cousin sent Wise some money and he sent him money at the same time and he got the slip. You understand what I'm saying? So he's playing, like if he's Wise's cousin or something like that. You know what I mean? But the crazy part is he's telling dudes that he is Wise. Pay attention to this. This is how burnt out this is. He's telling dudes that he's Wise. You understand what I'm saying? So we like, I'm saying to myself, I met Wise. Wise light skinned. It ain't this dude, but nigga ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna fall back, let it play out. You know what I mean? So he's telling the dudes on the tier that he's Wise. You know what I mean? But he's showing me pictures and telling me that he's Wise's brother, and he was there with Wise, and he's showing me pictures of, Wise with a group of dudes. You know what I mean? And he showed me a fat dude, and he said that was him, but he lost weight, and he Wise's brother. So I don't know, because I just met Wise on the compound, and I didn't even get a chance to see Wise pictures or holler at him like that yet, because we was just going to the movie theater, smoking weed, go to the yard, hang out, watch the game under the pavilion. You remember the pavilion on Lompart? And, so, that's where I know Wise from, but I didn't get a chance to get into all of that, because I'm into my own thing with my hustling in the compound, smoking weed and doing my bid my way, and him doing his way. So now, dude shows me the picture, like, yeah, that's me right there. It's a fat, dark-skinned dude, because this dude was dark-skinned. Wise like, brown skin, light skin, you know what I mean? Like a caramel complexion, had, long dreads down his back. So this dude is telling people that he's Wise. So the homies is telling me, yo, who is that dude? You know what I mean? I said, nah, Wise official, that he talking about. They said, nah, he's telling us that he's Wise. He even sent us the money orders to tell us that he was Wise. So he ain't trying to run that on me, because I was from, the East Coast. So, but he's telling the other dudes from like Texas and Georgia or whatever that he was Wise. He's saying his name is Wise. He from Newark. He started a blood set, and, he official. This is what he was telling them before I got back there, and was still telling them, but me and him like, a cell apart. So he just showing me pictures, but he's telling me that he's Wise's brother. You understand? But dudes is telling me like, yo, something suspect about him, because I hear him telling you that he's Wise's brother, but he telling us he Wise. You know what I mean? I said, man, I don't know, man. I ain't got time to get in, because I don't want them dropping note on me. So next thing you know, dude kept going with his thing that he was Wise. You understand what I'm saying? Now, could you imagine somebody claiming to be you? Now, how fly do you got to be for a dude to claim to be you? And this true story, like I said, Wise, reach out so you can clarify whatever I might have wrong, because this the way I got it from when I was in the shoe. Dude done stole all Wise pictures, his money receipts, his mail, so that he could tell people that he was Wise. That's how fly my brother from Jersey was. He's so fly, dude tried to kidnap him. I mean, come on, man, try to kidnap his name. I'm gonna have to tell you how dude tried to say he was me too, and told me in my face he was me, and didn't know who I was. I'll tell you about that in a whole nother video, because this one right here is about Wise, because it's gonna go on a minute. Now, so I winds up getting transferred to Coleman. I went to Coleman, stayed there about 2 months. Some stuff happened after I left Lompart. They tried to hold me responsible, like if I sent them, word or something and had it done. So, they just opened up Coleman Penitentiary at the time. So they was, on some good boy stuff. Big shout out to Boy George. Boy George was out there with me in Coleman, Pizza Face Mike, Fat Manny from the Unknown, True and Shamik from the Unknown. You know what I mean? Everybody was out there. D Nice from Brooklyn. That's how good the car was. My Uncle David Hyatt that I spoke about on the Vlad joint. We all was out there. You know what I mean? King Tut was out there. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody was out there, man, when I gets to Coleman. So this all the old heads that's like chilling that they put there. You know what I mean? So that's why they put me there. But as soon as I get there, shit blow up in Lum Park after I done left, and they helped me responsible. So they put me on an airlift and shot me straight over to Lee County. You know what I mean? So when I get to Lee County, it was a SIS that was at Lee County. Little big head dude. I didn't even tell you his name was like Edgar. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Edgar from Lum Park? You know what I mean? I know my West Coast people remember Edgar. Little big head dude was in Lum Park back in like 2000, 2001, 2 and all that. But he winds up getting transferred over to Lee County. I get to Lee County. As soon as I get to Lee County, he said, boy, I know you was selling, he's a Spanish dude, you know what I mean? But, I'm just saying it how we talk. But he's like, yeah, Mr. Hall, I know that you had all the dope in Lump Park. I know what you was doing. I'm letting you know now. Don't come here with that. I'm going to be on you. Boom, 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 boom. I looked at your jacket and I saw what happened in Lump Park after you left when you got to Coleman. You done sent word back and this happened and that happened. And I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about nothing, man. Just give me some place to go lay down. You know what I mean? So Edgar said, yeah, I just know that I'm going to be watching you. So now he sends me over to the compound. And when I get to the compound, I'm over there in H block. And my man Wise is in G block. I'm standing up on the rail and I see Wise. He's like, yo, what's up, you? And I said, man, ain't nothing. So I go over there and talk to him. My man Solo was over there too. Y'all remember Solo, Johnny Fresh, co-defendant. Big shout out to Johnny Fresh and Solo down there in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where they were doing their thing. But now they over there in that block, and my man Sincere was downstairs. Big shout out to Sincere. And then Joker was downstairs. You know, Joker from Brooklyn had a big case. I'm saying these names so you know that this is all official gangsters, you know what I mean, that was on these compounds when we was there. So now I'm talking to Wise, and when I'm talking to Wise, I said, yo, you know, I ran into a dude that was saying he was you out there in California, and he said, man, that dude a clown, man. You know, he done stole my paperwork and, you know, my pictures. I said, yo, he was using that to say he was you in the shoe. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, he was telling people that he was you. He even told me that you was his brother. Now you look at you and look at him. I'm like, dude, you know, you black as me damn near, and Wise light skin, which that could happen. But what I'm saying is you don't have the East Coast swag, but he trying to talk with the little swag that he learned from you. And he claiming blood now and everything. Now he's saying he blood and all that. And this dude wasn't even gangbanging from what they telling me. You know what I mean? So, you know, Wise started laughing. He said, man, that's some crazy stuff, man. I said, yeah, dude was claiming to be you. He was telling people his name is Wise. He tried to tell me he was Wise until he heard my name was Unique and know I'm from New York and I'm the one that, you know, was doing my thing. So he killed that and started whispering that, you know what I mean, that you was his, that he was your brother. You know what I mean? So we bugged out on that. And, you know, me and Wise stayed there. We used to work out and, you know, hang out. Good brother, man. You know what I mean? And that was the first blood. And Sparks. It was another good blood that was in Coleman with me. And then he wound up coming over to Lee County. His name was Sparky B. Good dude. Big shout out to Sparky B. You know, big shout out to Sparky B. Sparky B and Wise used to hang out all the time. Big shout out to Sparky B and Solo, you know. But then now, so I winds up getting lucky. I get transferred and I, you know, go back to, I went to, what's that? I went to Otisville, then I went to Raybrook, you know what I mean? Then they put me out of Raybrook, put me out of Otisville, put me out of Raybrook. Then they sent me down through MDC Brooklyn. And then they sent me out to Atwater, you know what I mean? Now, I get out to Atwater, and, you know, that's where Antone White, big shout out to Antone White, you know what I mean? Larry Moe, you know what I mean? We got Antone White. All right. We got Antone White, we got Larry Moe, we got Titus, we got Mo Styles, you know what I mean? We got my other man, the other young Mo, you know what I mean? My man 2 Trey was out there. I mean, it's all, you know, all men. Again, the DC brothers, that's where I met the strong DC car rat. Because like I said, a lot of compounds I was on, they kept them off the compound because they always got into it, you know what I mean, with somebody. You know what I mean? Yo, like I said, I had to fall back to the DC joke. I want to just say that I'm sweating the DC car, but the DC car, everybody already know, they rumble, man. You know what I mean? I give you 1,000,001 stories about the DC car, but you got the haters that just sit back and they just watch YouTube, and every time a dude numbers go up, they like crabs in the barrel. They try and grab them and, you know, run and make a little show and talk trash about them. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not even going to give them a chance to do that, even though they're going to do it anyway because they ain't got no content, so that's what they do. But like I said, I can tell you 1,000,000 stories about the DC car. But that's why I met the strong man over there in DC, from DC over there in Atwater. So I'm over there, I'm doing my thing, and by now I done took my man, big shout out to Louisiana, I done took my man Richard Pena's advice. You know, Richard Pena told me when we was in Lump Park, because I was in the hole with him at Lump Park at the same time when I was there with the dude that was claiming to be my man Wise from Jersey. So Richard Pena got into it because, you know what I mean, some situation. I ain't going to tell you because I already mentioned certain stories. I ain't got to say this and say that because you already know. But Richard Pena, good man, straight man. Richard Pena was my man. Richard Pena told me straight up, he said, yo, Unique, dudes of our caliber, we have to file for Chapter 11. You know what I mean? So I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, we got to file Chapter 11. You know, he said, because they know we got money. They know, you know, they know we he don't talk that cocky shit 'cause he's a real laid back, quiet spoken person. But he was like, man, they know we got money, they know we got status, so dudes is always gonna do this, and then we're gonna have to represent it. And in other words, like how the keyboard gangsters. So you're gonna have dudes talking behind your back, in other words, because you the man, equivalent to the keyboard gangsters in here. That's what we got out there. And then they wind up dropping note to the administration, and when the administration get involved, they lock you up for investigation. Richard Pena stayed in the hole for 2 years, man. About 2, 3, maybe 3 years. He stayed in the hole back there in Lump Park. But now, he told me to file for Chapter 11, so by the time I got to Atwater, I stopped hustling. You know what I mean? But I was still selling a little tobacco. You know what I mean? Because they took the tobacco off the compound. So now, we had police bringing in tobacco. I'm selling tobacco, you know what I mean? But I wasn't selling no weed, wasn't selling no coke, wasn't selling no heroin, just straight tobacco because, we had the police bringing it in, right? So now we over there doing that and, like I said, we in Atwater and here comes Wise. Wise come on the compound. And I'm going to show you how official my man is. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you how official he is. Y'all got to give me a chance to get to these stories. And then, I know y'all send me things. Y'all let me hear about Detroit call. Let me hear about the Philly call. Let me hear about this call. Let me get to it, man, because it's just so much. You know what I mean? So just bear with me. And like I said, you know what I mean? Just like I got hit in the head, boop, you know what I mean, with the lock. You know what I mean? We all take a loss, my brother. You know what I mean? If a dude take a loss, he fake it. But anyway, so Wise come to the compound. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. The Cash App, it don't cost nothing. Like I said, I'm going to tell you about that anyway to give you the Cash App etiquette at the end. So let me get back to the story so that y'all don't say I'm drifting because y'all need to hear this. So Wise come to the compound. He come to my unit. He called me. He said, you come to the yard. So I go with him to the yard. And he tells me, he said, yo, I'm about to shake this spot. You know what I mean? I said, what, you going to blow somebody? He said, nah, son. He said, I'm just trying to get back east. So I know anything I do, if I just, if I check in, I could leave. You know what I mean? But he wasn't on no checking in because he's scared. You know what I mean? This how Wise did it to show you how Wise was on man time. Wise waited till he got his property. You know what I mean? Till he got all his property. He probably come a week, 2 weeks after. He waited till he get his property. He gets his property. He came and he told me, yo, I got like 50 flat books of stamps in there. I know you ain't really doing nothing with the little tobacco thing. So he gave me a little 20 flat books. Ain't owe me nothing to nothing, but he said, man, I'm getting ready to boogie, so I'm going to give you these 20 flat books. So Wise went out to the yard, got his paperwork, his SIS, PSI and all that, probation report, show everything. So Wise go out to the compound, and he go to the yard, and he bring his paperwork, and he tell them, yo, here's my paperwork, to the Bloods that's running the car, the California Bloods. He said, here's my paperwork. Read my paperwork so you can see that I'm not hot. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all now, you know what I mean? I'm never putting my flag down. I'm always going to be Blood. I'm always going to stand on my flag. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to get back to the West Coast, and I don't like the way y'all running this compound, so I'm not even trying to be here with y'all. But so it don't even look like I'm checking in. Here's my paperwork. Read my joint, and I'm getting ready, go let them know that they got to send me back east. Because if I'm not mistaken, he might have just got married or something, but whatever it was, that wasn't him. That was Sparky B that got married. You know what I mean? But, Wild was like, man, I'm getting ready boogie, man. So he showed them his paperwork on some man time. Everybody verified that he wasn't hot, that he wasn't going in the hole for being hot. He just didn't want to be way out west. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that you can't just go to them and say, hey, I want you to transfer me back east. You know what I mean? They're going to put you through some bullshit. You know what I mean? So, but then they dogged him, being that, they know that he wasn't hot and he could be out there if he wanted to be out there, and we all wanted him out there. They made him sit back there 18 months. You know what I mean? And then wouldn't let him out when he wanted to come back out. You know what I mean? But that's how thorough Wise was that, he played by penitentiary rules, man. That's how Jersey do. You know what I mean? That's how Jersey do. He went and showed him his paperwork. They read saw that he wasn't hot, that he was straight man time. And then he said, now I'm going to try and work my mojo to get back east to my family because I don't like the way, the West Coast dudes is, carrying the East Coast dudes, Bloods. And I'm definitely not going for it. You know what I mean? Because I'm Big Wise. And, we all respected that. So we all made sure he had plenty of pens when he was up there because they don't give you no pens in the shoe. Like these right here, they don't give you none of this. You ain't getting no pens in the shoe. All they give you is a little piece of pencil. And if you're lucky, If you're lucky, you get the little ink from in the pen, and then you got to take a sheet of paper and roll it up to make it thick enough so you could write. So, we used to hit the barber off and give the barber like 5-10 pens to take back there to Wise, give him some tobacco. We made sure he was all right. But like I said, when he came out, he hit me off with a little 20 books of stamps on GP, just to show some love, because he came with a nice little bag, a penitentiary bag. Let's not forget, because, he was penitentiary rich. That's what the stamps is. But, like I said, he played it like he was supposed to, man. So he goes back up there, and they rode him. They dogged him because, he did it on some man time. I'm talking about the administration. And it worked. He wound up getting sent back closer to home, and I was stuck out there in this crazy joint. That's where the cop got killed. That's where Sereno was knocking out the police every 30 seconds. It was just out of control, man. But, he did it proper. But that's the joint about the big homie Wise, so you understand. But like I said, now, let me give you all some little personal jewels so you understand. We all gonna take a loss, man. That's what life is about. We're not scared to take a loss. But, and we always gonna have a crab that, that's gonna be, looking to backbite or, look for anything to say something. That's why I don't have a problem saying, yeah, dude hit me in the head, I got shot, all that, But it's just a part of life, man. And what I want y'all to understand is, if you like these videos, first thing you do when you come in, this is how YouTube etiquette works, so you understand. You come into somebody's program, you like what they're doing, you hit that like button because you want to show your appreciation. On my joint, I like when y'all hit the emoji in the comment. You ain't even got to say a word. You hit the emoji and UMA for Unique Mecca Audio, UMA and emoji. Or just the emoji. You ain't got to say nothing. Just shoot that. And that's how you show love, man. And, just like I said, you go to a restaurant, you like the service, you give a tip. You go to the strip club, bartender, you give him a tip. If a dude even fix a car and you like the way he fix a car and he treated you right, gave you a good price, you give him a tip. So you go to a YouTube channel, you give him a tip. Not just mine, I'm talking about anybody you watch. Because I tip the brothers too. Like the other day, Chad, from what's that, Razor Wire. Blood on the razor wire. He came over to my joint. He shot a nigga a little $5. That's just YouTube etiquette, man. It's not asking for too much. We support each other. And that's what we're supposed to do as a people. We're supposed to want to see each other grow. And, we there for each other. But, yeah, that's my little story on my man Wise, man. But just remember, like life is hard, but life is good when you surround yourself with good people. And just know that you always gonna have haters, man. You always gonna have haters. It's just crazy that, on the YouTube, a lot of people don't have, good content. And instead of them reaching out to somebody to get good content, they'll rather try and eat the person back out and throw their name in the joint to try and get it that way. Because, like, let me give you a good example. The good brother, Chad Marks, like I told you about Blood on the Razor Wire. He hit me up. He said, I got 90-something thousand subscribers. I'm trying to hit 100,000. Do a joint on me so that I could, get a couple of thousand subscribers from your joint. I said, no problem. You understand what I'm saying? No problem. And I did the joint for him. So he put me on to somebody else now that I'm going to get on their program, try and get my numbers up. But you see how we intertwine and help each other? That's how this thing is supposed to work. It's not supposed to work that you eat somebody back out and you tell a bunch of lies just to get people to watch the show and, try and come to you. This is not what we do, family. This is not what we do. Like I said, if somebody on some man time, they want some help, where my man at? Big shout out to Al Raw out of Jersey, man. He met with me the other day. He got the man time gig. Make sure you see this. And he beat me to put it on the hat. He beat me to putting it on the hat. But he had the hat before me. But, this how we do. Make sure you copy a man time joint. At Al Raw at Instagram. All right? And I want everybody watching this. My man, my brother from Jersey, Al Raw, got the joint man time. So this is how we do, man. We got the man time joint. Just so y'all understand. Let me turn it so you can see it. Support the brother, man. Support the brother. All right? Make sure you support. But this is how I represent. I'm here. There you go. I'm trying to get it even. You know, if a brother needs some help, you know what I mean? Reach out. Because if I need some help, I'm going to reach out. I'm not going to backbite you. I'm going to reach out and say, yo, I need some help, big bro. Like, yo, you seem to be moving them keys over on your block a mile a minute, you know. Let me work a key up in there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, yo, you seem to be getting views in rotation, you know. Let me holler at you. You know what I mean? I mean, just like, you know, I done went at my man 10 toes down and said, yo, come on, Shaft, man, you know what I mean? You know, give me a shout out on your joint. You're doing real good, man, because you know he always blowing up. You know what I mean? I tell him, yo, give me a shout out on your joint, man. You understand what I'm saying? I went to Hassan Campbell and said, yo, give me a shout out on your joint. You know what I'm saying? I go to all my peoples and say, give me a shout out with my man Zeke Black. Make sure y'all follow my man Zeke Black too, man. Zeke came up, spent the New Year's with us, so I got him going up in a new video. But, you know, I mean, that's what we do. I'm trying to get it so it's right, but they said backwards and there you go. All right. The man time joint. But this is where we at, man. Hit the like button, hit the emoji, and hit the Cash App. I don't care if it's $1 or $5. Show some love. Let's get this thing going. We're going to show them how YouTube is ran and how we work together as one. Big shout out to all the platforms. Any platform you go to, you like their content, send them $1. You know what I mean? Or more if you have it. But even if you just send $1, or if you don't have that, just hit the like button. You know what I mean? But in my joint, I don't know how they feel about it, but my joint, hit the emoji. You know what I mean? Hit the like button and the emoji in my joint. But let me tap out. I've been here long enough. I just want to make sure everybody know, man, that, you know, we in the house.
Mecca what? Mecca audio.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What? Fresh out the can of 26,
Yeah.
He back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio.
Mecca what?